Good morning, Nate.
Hey, good morning, Kelly.
How you doing?
Pretty good. I can see the moon from where I'm sitting.
Yeah,
You get the sun blasting in your face.
sun's right in my eyes and it feels good. Yeah, so this is a special edition of the People in This Room podcast. We are on location right now at Crystal Beach on the Bolivar Peninsula here in Texas. Yeah, we came out for the weekend to celebrate Jeremy's birthday. Got a beach house, and today is our last day. Pretty much after this, we're gonna probably eat some breakfast and do a little cleaning, do a little packing, head back home. But figured it'd be really fun to come out here and do an on-location podcast. There might be some sounds you hear that you normally don't. We are outside on the patio, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, we're here. It's been one of the greatest weekends probably of my life. It's just been really awesome all around. And yeah, what do you think, Nate?
Yeah, I think you talk about doing a podcast on location at the beach. I was thinking about this when we were setting up. Like, you kind of want to hear the sound of waves and stuff, but really you're going to hear ACs turning on and off. You might hear some road noise bouncing off some beach houses.
I mean, we can see the beach from here, but
Yeah.
we are at a beach house on the third row. So there's 2 rows of houses and then a little bit of dunes. So
We came out here Friday, and now it's Monday, so we've been out here that many days. This morning was the first time we all woke up, walked out to the beach, sauntered out to the beach, and saw the sunrise in all its glory.
and I gotta say I've never seen anything like that. I mean, I don't know how many sunrises I've actively tried to go see, no matter where I am in the world, but I've never been by an ocean where we had the opportunity to see what we saw. We came outside, and first we were kind of afraid we were missing it, so we kind of hurried to the beach, and we got there, and the clouds were just painted all kinds of beautiful colors, and it was just really glorious, but didn't know if there was going to be cloud cover, if we were going to really be able to see it. Sunrise was scheduled for 7:02, and sure enough, basically right on the dot, on the water way out in the distance, you just see this little speck of red, and just fairly quickly it just comes out, like Nathan was mentioning, like why Japan has their flag like they do. Like,
That red dot.
it is a red dot over the ocean as it comes up, and it was really stupid beautiful.
Yeah, Ash and I have been listening to a Dan Carlin podcast on the Japanese perspective in the Pacific theater of World War II. And yeah, the red dot flag is a huge flex on everybody. Because most people are like, that's not what the sun looks like. And they're like, you don't wake up as early as we do, motherfuckers. You don't live on the water like we do.
Well, yeah, and also like you can almost see that kind of sunrise from a really big portion of Japan, I'd imagine.
I would think so too, yeah.
Because it's not that big, it's all an island, so I mean, yeah, it's definitely something I'm super glad I experienced. I'll remember it for the rest of my life.
I am big on, if you're someplace cool, like see the sunrise, see the sunset. It's a good way to start the day.
It really is, and it's a really good way to just kind of start wrapping up this weekend. It's just, oh, I don't know if y'all heard that, the waterfall of the pool just turned on.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, at the beach house we're staying at has a pool. I personally don't. I mean, I love looking at the ocean and being near it, but I'm not really about swimming in it. So I did put in a request for a beach house with a pool, and Jeremy was more than happy to oblige with that. And oh man, that pool has given us some good times this this weekend. Nathan now has a new nickname.
Nah, don't do that.
We call him Upper Deck. So, okay.
It's dumb.
Let's rewind. We'll come back to that. So, came out to the beach.
I wanted to talk about my wind-up to coming out to the beach.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, so I had a trip to D.C. On Wednesday, Thursday to do some work stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So last podcast, I said we probably wouldn't do a podcast. But we did the last podcast, and then I went into one of my fitness benchmark weekends, but it was also the weekend of our fantasy draft. And I've been living nice and healthy leading up to that. Did some benchmarks, but then Saturday came and we did the draft, and we do our shot with that. And just because I was going on that trip the following week, basically just Ash and I partied, like from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like leading up to me taking off for that trip. And from Wednesday, then Wednesday morning, the Austin airport had this catastrophe of losing power for hours on end. I was stuck in my car for hours on end trying to get into the airport. So from Wednesday, sitting in the car, sitting in the plane, sitting in the car again, doing a presentation type thing, sitting in another plane, sitting in a car on the way out here on Friday. It was like sitting more than anything else, like sitting 60 to 70% of my day. And then, boom, we came out here, and it was like the complete opposite. Like my Whoop thing that tells me how much I've been straining has been going up to like 16, 17 each day. And yeah, like Kelly was saying, just having a lot of fun, especially in that pool. My mom called me at some point and was like, "You guys stay out of trouble." And I was telling her, like, the bigger concern is, like, we've been just acting like kids.
Yeah.
Especially because we had some special guests.
Yeah. Okay. And with that said, I guess I'll kind of do a little pre-beach lead up. Last week was a pretty big week for me personally as well. I just started a new job. Took quite a while to get this job. It was one of the most intense interview processes that I've ever been through. Had to do a whole bunch of stuff to get it. And there were definitely some bumps along the way and whatnot. But got the job, and they're super stoked because, I mean, I'll be completely honest. I'm going to be getting paid a lot more than I've ever been getting paid in my entire life. So that's pretty huge to me. But the thing is, we had this beach trip planned, and I was a little worried about them giving me the time off that I would like, but I wasn't really that worried about it because worst case scenario, if I couldn't get it, I'd just drive myself out here after work on Friday, and then I would have left yesterday, which would have been Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal, just wouldn't have been able to have the full experience. But I mean, last week was Labor Day, so I started on Tuesday, and when I'm doing my onboarding with HR, they're like, "So you have any time off coming up? Do you have planned?" I was like, "Well, actually, I had months ago scheduled to have off this coming Friday and the following Monday because I was supposed to go to a beach house and celebrate a friend's birthday." And they're like, "Oh, yep, that's no problem. Let me just get it in there." And they got it in, and I was like, "Okay, shit, that was super easy." So, and I'm still getting paid for it, so that was amazing. So I had a great first week of work at my new job, and then Friday came, got up, piled into the car, and came out here. And that brings us to the beach, and the thing that really made this an amazing weekend was the cast of characters that we had here this weekend. Not only did we have the core crew, which I call ourselves, of myself, Nathan, Jeremy, and Ashley. We had some special visitors come in as well. We had Corey and Jamie flying all the way from Iowa, and they came to join us for the weekend. And we also had our old friend Abby, that we've known for a long time, and her partner Brad. They came in from the Bay Area in California, like Berkeley, I believe is where they live exactly. And then, so they stayed with us. They got in on Friday like we did, and they had to dip out yesterday because of lives and work and travel, and they're out of state and can't just drive here very easily. But on Saturday, too, we had our good old friend Sarah come out and visit as well. So we were rolling 9 deep on Saturday, and I just gotta say, it was just amazing. Like, I mean, Corey, he's definitely one of the closest people in the world to me, so any chance I had to be around him is awesome. his wife Jamie, like I couldn't be happier for Corey to have her, and she's just absolutely incredible. So fun to be around, so awesome. Abby, I mean, I've definitely. There was a couple times when we were a lot younger that I did some really stupid young stuff to wrong Abby, but it doesn't seem like she harbors any real resentment towards me about that, and I do appreciate it. And it wasn't like anything like super wrong, but it was, I don't know, I don't want to get into it, but
It was pretty dramatic at the time.
at the time it was bad, but we're all good now, and Abby, if you're hearing this, love you. Sorry for being a stupid teenager that didn't have good impulse control and did some stupid things. But yeah. And then Brad, Abby's partner, like I've never met him before. Jeremy had met him I think once before, maybe twice. Jeremy said he was a cool dude, so I mean I knew he was gonna be, because Jeremy doesn't lie about stuff like that. But I wasn't anticipating how cool he was. Like he immediately just kind of like clicked and fit in with us just perfectly,
Unabrasive.
and it was awesome. And I really hope to kind of keep in touch with him and kind of grow our friend circle with him in it, because he's just really cool. And then Sarah, she's just classic awesome. Known her a long time. Super glad she came out. Just really fucking cool person. So it's just everyone out here, all of us coming together. It's just been an incredible time. Spending time on the beach. Nathan doing his cooking everybody food thing.
Definitely, my love language is cooking food for people. So I had a lot of chances to do that, and felt really great about it.
Yeah, he cooked us breakfast a couple times. He made us some fried chicken last night, which was amazing. You made tacos the first night too.
Yeah.
Which were also absolutely incredible. And I too like cooking for people, but I'm a little more shy about it these days than I used to be, because I tried it one time on a pretty big scale similar to this, and I completely bombed, and the food was horrible, so I'm always kind of nervous. But
Was I there?
I think so. It was when we lived in this mansion, and I tried to make catfish for everybody, but I got the wrong kind of breading, and instead of using like a breading, I used a blackening seasoning. And
I
it's
vaguely remember that. That was way too long ago, though, dude.
I mean, it's ingrained in my mind because it was just such a royal screw up on my part. Just seeing like 8 people eating your food, and they're all just trying their best not to gag or like make you feel bad about it, and I'm like, ugh. But I got a little chance to help out too. I got to grill some burgers and some hot dogs for everybody, and that was really good. And I also got to bake a birthday cake for Jeremy, because you can't have birthday without cake, and that was pretty tasty. But yeah, so I mean, it's been an amazing weekend. And like I said earlier, leading up to all of this, we're staying in a beach house, beautiful beach house, multiple bedrooms, TV in every room, has a tiki bar, and it has its own pool, which, like I said earlier, I kind of wanted, because I don't like getting in the ocean. I just have very few times in my life where I have access to a pool, and I love just floating. Like because it reminds me of flying. Like,
Yeah.
just kind of laying on my back in the water and just nothing supporting me but water. It's really cool. But back to what Nathan was saying, how we were all just kind of acting like kids and stuff. All of us were in the pool on Saturday, just having just the grandest of times. There's a little basketball hoop on the side of the pool. We had a little basketball. We were playing horse. And then horse turned into another game. And that turned into another game. And we were just making games out of anything we possibly could think of. And it really was like, felt like being kids again.
It was very childlike to me, yeah.
And
Just being a bunch of silly geese.
yeah, it was really cool. But my man here, Nathan, aka Upper Deck, did the most amazing thing of the weekend, I'd probably say. Maybe second only to the sunrise we saw this morning, because that was absolutely fucking epic. But so this beach house, as beach houses are in most places, and especially out here, all the houses are up on stilts. So your first real floor of the beach house is probably a good I'd say at least 12 feet, maybe pushing 15. And then this beach house, so you come up the stairs, you're at the first level, about 12, 15 feet up. There's a nice, beautiful deck, like that, which we're sitting on right now recording this, able to see the ocean and everything. And then you go inside, and there's a second story to the house, which has its own deck as well, that looks out over everything. So then, when you're on that deck, at that point, you're pushing 25 plus feet, like probably getting close to 30 feet up in the air. And both decks also kind of overlook the pool that is part of the property, which is super awesome, super nice. But yeah, so we're having fun. We're having all of us are having drinks and just feeling real good about things. And somehow I don't know where I was, how it all kind of got together, but Nathan ended up on the highest deck.
I can.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we were playing pool, we played horse, and yeah, like had been drinking and got some swagger, and it just seemed like all the shots were dropping. We played horse. I think I won that game, and I never won horse.
You did, but there's an asterisk
There's
because
an asterisk,
you came into the game after some people already had letters and
But
stuff.
even then, I had like a high accuracy, you know.
I came in second, just
Yeah.
and I was there at the very beginning. I just want to put that out.
I wasn't missing many shots. Is the thing.
This is true.
I had forgot to bring gluten-free flour because I was also going to make gluten-free cookies for Abby and Ash and the folks who couldn't eat cake, right? So me, Sarah, Jer, Ash went to the store and had come back, and I had just gone up to the room, which is on the third story, to use the restroom. And when I came out of the restroom into our room, I heard everybody because everybody was having a good time, and I saw Jeremy out on the deck. And I assumed that everybody was on the deck, on that third story deck, because I saw Jeremy out the window. So I just opened the door, and it was just me and Jer up there, right?
Yeah.
We'll post the video,
Yeah.
but that's why you see like me and Jer up there, is because I guess Jer was just like having a good time and like watching everybody, and I went out there thinking that everybody was out there, and then yeah, Brad tossed me the basketball.
Yeah. And okay, so this basketball, it's not a big basketball. It has about a maybe 7-8 inch diameter, and the hoop on the pool is maybe at most 12 inches. So it's all pretty small. And so Nathan decides he's going to try to attempt to make a shot from the 30-something feet in the air all the way down to the pool through this tiny little hoop.
I don't even think I decided. I think it was just like Nathan, or Corey was like, Nathan, take a shot. Because that wasn't like my idea to.
I mean, we all heard this, and then I was like, okay, slow down. Let's take a video just in case. Although I had zero faith anything good was going to happen, but I thought it would just be funny either way to have some video. So I got my phone out. Ashley got hers out as well. And we started videoing, and we gave Nathan the green light. So he chucks it. We're like, okay, it's going. Then holy shit, he fucking made it. He drained that shit from like forever, like a mile away.
Super satisfying.
And we all just erupt and just start going crazy. Corey starts whooping and hollering, and it was just an amazing moment. Just one of those moments that only happens when you're in a special place doing special things with special people, and special things just happen. And it was absolutely glorious. And yeah, we'll post a video, but down Nathan is forever going to be known as Upper Deck.
It was super satisfying. I was very much in the zone. I didn't like hold my breath and think about it a lot. It was just like, shoot, here you go. Just like,
I mean, that's definitely one of those things too that like, if you probably would have thought about it a lot, or like really tried to like dial it in, you probably would have messed up. Like that's all just gut, just make it happen, and it was just glorious.
when it was bouncing around in the rim, it felt like it bounced, because you'll see it, like it hits the rim and then like goes back and forth in it, rattles in it, and then goes down. So there's like no mistaking that it definitely went in there.
Yeah.
I felt like that rattling went on for a long time. And then off the deck, I was like, for my next trick, I'm gonna bake cookies.
And he did, and they were absolutely glorious as well.
Yeah, all right.
So, yeah, I mean, this trip, like I said before, it's just been truly, truly amazing, truly incredible. And I'm not even a huge beach guy. I'm more of a mountain kind of guy, but I couldn't have asked for anything more, anything better out of this weekend. I accept a couple things, and those couple things are purely just football related.
As the beach person, definitely I said this a lot, that there's like little to no compromising.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a short jaunt to the beach. When we went out there Friday night, I know you guys went out there before Ash and I arrived. When we went out there Friday night, it was already dark, and it was just nice and romantic, scenic, where it was like dark but full ass moon, real bright moon,
Super moon.
yeah, and just hearing the waves and seeing the moon on the water is super cool. And then drank, ate tacos, wake up the next day, and Saturday we walk out to the beach and the water's nice and clear, the sand is nice and super fine and sandy.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about this leading up to my experience with Galveston beaches, is that they're super dirty.
Yeah.
And that the water's hard to see through, but the sand was really great, and on Saturday especially, the water was really clear. A little bit too clear for folks who didn't want to see schools of fish and all the cuteness happening under the water.
I mean, you call it cuteness, I call it horrific.
We had a great time hanging out in the water on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
With the full crew. I did the what everybody kept calling the Gattaca thing.
Gattacaing.
I really
Gattacaing.
Gattacaing. I really just like swimming out as far as I can and swimming back. And me and Brad did that together, where we swam out to where you couldn't put your feet down anymore, and then swam further,
Yeah.
and then came back. So that was a good time. And then Sunday, yesterday, we went out one more time, and that was cool.
It was very cool.
Threw the frisbee.
It was real sad to see Corey and Jamie and Abby and Brad have to leave because, I mean, again, they had to travel to different states and get on flights and stuff. Plus, Abby and Corey both have family in the area that they had to just go see because you can't travel that far and be so close to family and not go see family. So they had to go do that. So they left shortly before noon, I guess, yesterday, and then at noon is when all the NFL games really started for the day, or NFL started for the day, not all the games. And we watched the Texans play the Colts, which
Texans coulda, shoulda won.
yeah, and I mean the Colts could have won as well. I mean, but I don't even want to say it. It ended in a tie. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows this, and it's just, you never want to see that. No one wants to see a tie. I'd honestly probably rather lose than tie. And I know that's stupid because tying looks better on the record. It'll help you down the road, but I don't have a lot of high expectations for the Texans this year anyway. But that tie was a heartbreaker.
Have you heard the term Gotterdammerung?
Do not believe so.
It's from the Richard Wagner's Ring Cycle, but it's like the Twilight of the Gods. It basically means just like a bunch of bad stuff happening. And on Saturday, the day before, UT lost to Bama in a game that they should have won.
Yep.
A bunch of the top 10 in college fell. So that was a real Goddard.
Notre Dame lost to Marshall.
Yeah.
A&M lost to Appalachian State.
But it set the tone, I think, for everything that went down on Sunday. Where week one is always like getting the kinks out and let's see who's going to get injured for the whole season in game one.
Mm-hmm.
And Texans, I think, were pretty bereft of injury. Like, didn't have anything like that. It was mostly just seeing how good Davis Mills can be.
And he looked good at the
I think he was
beginning. The
great.
first half, he looked amazing. He has to grow a little bit, just has to get a little bit better, and he will.
They kept Jonathan Taylor in check for most of the game, but then, yeah, at the end of the game, he started doing what good running backs do and running over tired people.
Yeah. But yeah, so we got to watch that game. Then after that game, stepped away from the footballs for a while and
Hmm.
did some beach stuff. Another round in the pool, and that was a lot of fun. And came back in, like I said. Nathan made us some glorious fried chicken. Wish we had some this morning. I'm actually getting kind of hungry right now. I'm thinking about it, but yeah. Then we sat down to. So, Nathan and Ashley are big Cowboys fans, which my whole life have been very, very anti-Cowboys. Almost at the same level of dislike that I have for Ohio. And by Ohio, I mean Ohio State. For anyone listening, I just don't like to put the respect on their name to say the whole thing, so it's Ohio. But I don't hate Cowboys as much as Ohio. But because Nathan is such a fan, and now Ashley is such a fan, that I kind of have to root for them, just because I want my friends to be happy, so I want their teams to win. But at the same time, too, yesterday they were playing the Bucks, which has my longtime football love, Tom Brady. So I was definitely rooting for him too, because he needs all the support he can get right now. He's not having a great time in his life.
Poor Tom Brady.
Yeah, so we started watching that game, and I'm sorry, Nate.
Yeah, so the storyline's coming in where, Dak did really well last year. Looking to make an improvement on that. Zeke took a step backwards last year, but looked really good this summer. Defense is supposed to be same parts, just a year smarter. And Goddard Dameron. Dak, broken hand. Zeke looked good, at least. And Tony Pollard, too. But the whole CD Lamb, can he carry the team on his back? I think he had like 12 targets and 2 receptions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not great. And then, Dak Prescott just out for 8 weeks with a broken hand. We're supposed to go see the Bengals come play the Cowboys in Dallas next Sunday. And Ash is like, can we sell the tickets? It's like, no, we're not going to sell tickets.
I mean, it'll still definitely be worth going. There's still a lot of fun things to see on a lot of fun guys on the Cowboys to see. Like Micah Parsons last night.
My goodness.
He was a dog last night.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. It's like another year experience, and he's dogging it up.
Multiple sacks for Parsons last night on Brady, which hurts me, but I was happy for Nathan and Ash to see that.
And they would look so good. They look so skillful and strong.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was good. Then I guess trying to keep away from too many spoilers, we can revisit Nathan Kelly Media Time. We experienced watching a new show yesterday.
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon, the new Game of Thrones show. We watched 2 episodes. Well, I personally watched about an episode and a half, and then I was just too tired, so I had to go to bed. But everyone else watched the second episode. But gotta say, I was delightfully surprised. It was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be, and I guess I am interested to keep watching it.
I like Daenerys. I like the main character, daughter character.
Yeah.
It's definitely, and Jer reminded us of this, that season 1 Game of Thrones is pretty slow, pretty world buildy, and definitely seen a lot of that here.
Very true.
Yeah.
What's his face from
Doctor Who?
They used to be Doctor Who, the Doctor on Doctor Who. He's in it.
Get back,
He's really good at being kind of a bad guy, but I like seeing him be nice. I like seeing him be. I don't like seeing my people turn heel, but I also respect it, and he crushed it. So that was a pretty fun time too. So I mean, again, like there's just this whole weekend has just been filled with so many things. Oh yeah, another favorite thing of this weekend is here on this peninsula. There's this store that for anybody who's seen Parks and Recreation, like, it is the literal embodiment of food and stuff. Like, it's a grocery store with fresh produce, everything you could want in a grocery store. And then it has all the other stuff you could possibly need as well, like lawn care, hardware, just everything. And
Isn't it literally called the Big Store?
I think so. And we went there a few times, and every time we went, you walk in and there's this like security guard, this old guy, maybe in his early 70s, the giant badge just hanging around his neck, just greeting everybody, telling everybody hello, goodbye. Just a real character. And I mean, speaking of Doctor Who, that's one of those. That store was definitely like one of those places where like it definitely seemed bigger on the inside than what it looks like from the outside. At least to me, from the outside, I mean, it didn't look tiny, but you go inside and you're like, wow. I didn't even walk around the entire store. I only went around about half of it, but it was still. I mean, it was just fun. Like, I guess that's part of like we are getting a little old, so like weird things kind of amuse me more than they used to. I don't know if like a.
It sounds like something that would amuse a child.
I guess it definitely could. I mean, it had everything. I mean, inside of it also had like a little pizza shop. You could get like fried chicken.
Because I think I'm the one that's getting old when I say like, I don't think it's that impressive. I don't think it's that cool. Just a beach store.
Well, okay.
Like 22% markup on everything.
There was some markup, but it wasn't horrible. I don't know. I guess I just haven't been to enough beach stores to really know. It was really my first beach store I've ever been to. So,
We got a shot glass.
yeah, got a shot glass. Jared and I got a magnet to add to our magnet collection from places we've traveled. Jeremy actually already has a Crystal Beach magnet because he came here last year, but I figure we get another one to commemorate this experience because it's just a heckin' good time.
It was a heckin' good time.
And it is bittersweet. We got about to shut this down, maybe eat a little bit of something, pack up, and head out. So, I mean, it's a bummer, but it's definitely going to be a weekend that never forget. But yeah, I mean, I know this one's been a little shorter than normal, but like I just said, we got things to do, people to see, places to go. So I think we're probably going to wrap it up here. Nate, any final thoughts, any final words?
No, I think we'll do another one of these. If we forgot anything, we'll bring it up on Thursday.
Yep.
But I think it's fun to mix it up and do one on location. I agree.
Absolutely. Well, all right then. Everybody, have a great day. Thanks for listening if you did. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.
Take care. Bye.